Hello, everybody. Welcome to Bellingcat live on Twitch and YouTube. My name is Giancarlo Fiorella. I am I was going to say a researcher and trainer at Bellingcat, but I'm not. I'm not a researcher and trainer at Bellingcat. Let me get ready for this. I am Giancarlo Fiorella. I am the Director of Research and Training at Bellingcat. Yes, that is correct. Thank you to everybody in the chat for saying congratulations. Yeah, I am the Director of Research and Training at Bellingcat. I'm still getting used to how that sounds. If you're wondering, wait a minute, what's going on? I was just here last week. This guy was a researcher and a trainer. Now he's director. What happened? I'll tell you in a minute. Welcome to the stream. If this is your first time watching one of these, welcome. I do these once a week on behalf of Bellingcat.com, which is the website where I work. We talk about recent events at Bellingcat. We talk about open source research and open source research tools. And then we end the stream, usually starting at about an hour, with a couple of rounds of Geoguessr. So if you're new to the stream, welcome. If you have been here before, really good to see you. I see so many people saying hello and congratulations in the chat. I just typed right before I came in here that if I looked like I was crying, I wasn't crying. I took a big gulp of some water right before the stream started, and I choked and I was coughing uncontrollably. So I thought, oh my gosh, it's the worst time to have watery red eyes, and well, I swear I wasn't crying, even though Sarah says I was crying about Eric. I was crying about Eric before. We'll get to that in a minute. I did cry over the weekend and on Monday, but not today. I haven't cried yet. Erides is here. Hello, Erides. Thank you so much for saying congratulations. I see here Cyber What is in the chat. Always good to see you. Saying congrats to you and Eric. Let's put that up on here. Let's see if this is working. Hang on 1 second. Let's see if this works. Let's get Cyber What up here. No, it's broken. Okay, never mind. Still, thank you very much. We've got JP saying, what's up, promotion receiving guy? Hello, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Lorchar is here. Thank you very much as well. So many friends. Stronghead, thank you very much. Eridus as well. John Markey, hello, John Markey. Good to see you and thank you. Subtle Knife is here. Thank you, Subtle, one of our wonderful moderators on the Discord server. Charlie's here as well. Oh my gosh, Jay Nava. I can't say everybody. Katish is back from last week. Hello, Katish. Good to see you. Thank you for returning to the stream. Angela. JD ZZE says hello. I remember you from last week as well. Hi. Oh my gosh, we're almost done. DD. Everyone's here. Jay Nava. Jurassic Mo is here as well. Also, everybody's here. Wonderful. Everybody's here. I can talk about what happened. What happened was that Eric Toller has left Bellingcat, and he is now with the New York Times Visual Investigations team. This news broke on Monday morning. And of course, we knew about this a long time ago, but it was secret, and it was a really tough secret to keep. I'm very good at keeping secrets, and I didn't tell anybody. And I was shaking. Sunday night, I was shaking. I just could not wait for this to break so I could talk about it. Eric Toller, who was the second employee at Bellingcat after Elliot, is now with the New York Times Visual Investigations team. So, of course, congratulations to him. What a move. This is him right here. Let's click on this. This is the tweet where he talked about this. Hey, if you want to give this a retweet or something, I'm going to put this in the chat here. So let's read this together. Look at this. My goodness. Look at that face. It says here, we are thrilled. This is from the New York Times. We are thrilled to welcome Eric Toller, Arijeta Laktia, Neil Betty, and Nadir Ibrahim to the video team. This is the Visual Investigations team at the New York Times, the cream of the crop when it comes to open source research. Eric joins Visual Investigations as a video journalist. Probably previously, he was the Director of Research and Training at Bellingcat. And look at this. We can't read this. I mean, there's so much information here. Eric has been so pivotal and so foundational to what Bellingcat is today from the very beginning, that if you click through any of these articles here, I mean, he worked on the MH17 investigation. He was one of the people who discovered what happened to MH17. He worked on the Skripal poisoning investigation. He has been absolutely fundamental to everything that Bellingcat is today. And so, of course, we are simultaneously very happy for Eric for making this transition to the New York Times, and also very sad. Speaking for myself, I'm sad. I'm going to miss the guy. He's on top of being a brilliant, I would say uniquely talented person, he's also really just a really down-to-earth, fantastic person to talk to and hang out with. It's funny because like if you ever meet him and just like talk to him, he's the most modest person ever. So you would never know if you just like run into him in the supermarket and just like chat with him. You'd have no idea that he's been so important to so many investigations and so much of what we know about big important events around the world over the last 9 years. So Eric was at Bellingcat for about 9 years. And now he's at the New York Times. He's going to be winning Pulitzer Prizes there. I am sure you can clip this and play it back whenever Eric wins his first Pulitzer Prize, which won't be long, I think. So in his absence, I have had the absolute honor of being recommended to replace him as Director of Research and Training. And of course, I accepted and I began that role on Monday. So this is my third day at work as Director of Research and Training. OJP says, oh, sorry, let's go back here. Sarah says, they grew up so fast. Yeah, I remember when Eric was but a wee lad. Yeah, now he's, man, what up? You know, the New York Times. So
that's Bellingcat, and thank you very much.
Thank you, hey, Avi, for joining. I watch a lot of baseball, and whenever I have a difficult situation that I'm going through in my life, one way that I cope is through baseball analogies, okay? If I'm trying to deal with difficulty in my life, I just think, what is the equivalent of this in baseball? And that helps me to sort of process what's happening. And for me, Eric going to the New York Times is like the New York Yankees picking up a hot player from one of the other teams in the league. And that makes sense to me. That happens often, and it's historically happened, and it's going to continue to happen. And so that's helping me to process this. I'm saying this because obviously the New York Times has tons of money and resources. What a great photo here by Kevin Ashley. Shout out. Kevin Ashley, photographer commissioned by the New York Times to take this picture of Eric. And these ones here as well. This is, I'm sure I don't know how to pronounce his name. Arijita Lakya. It looks like she's coming from the Associated Press. I'm sure brilliant as well. Neil Bedi also coming from ProPublica. What a lineup. And then Nadir Ibrahim from BBC World Service, the investigation unit. So again, as I'm processing this, I'm thinking, my God, what's going to happen? My world feels like it's upside down. I don't know how to process this. This is like the Yankees picking up, just like poaching people out of the Blue Jays and out of Cleveland and out of Oakland. And then that helps me sleep better at night. It's been helping me this week to process this. So congratulations again to both Eric Toller and to the New York Times, the visual investigations team, for making this move. Really, really, really great news. We're all very proud of Eric, and we can't say enough good things about him. So what does that mean? That means that now I'm the Director of Research and Training at Bellingcat. That's what that means. And there's, let me F5 here, because I understand that there's a kind of an announcement coming up soon on our website. Tomcat says, congrats, Eric. Yes, congratulations. It's not up yet, but this morning, one of our editors sent me like a draft announcement on the website that's going to say Giancarlo is becoming Director of Research and Training. That should be up soon. Charlie says that it's coming. Thank you, Charlie. And since we've got so many friends from Discord here, the announcement mentions Discord. It says Giancarlo helped to set up the Discord server for Bellingcat. And if you're wondering, what the heck is Giancarlo talking about? What is Discord? Why would they mention that on this announcement? Well, check out our Discord server. It's a place where you can hang out with people who are interested in open source research, and it's just packed full of journalists and enthusiasts and folks who are really smart and engaged and who are excited about open source research methods. So join our Discord server and be in the loop about all the latest goss from Bellingcat. By the way, if you were in the Discord server, you would have known on Monday immediately after Eric announced that he had left and that I was promoted, because we were talking about it in there right away. Subtle Knife says, can we still change it to hugely successful Discord server? I don't know if it says hugely. I think we can, but I don't know if we should. I was, you know, they asked me to check the wording, and I don't know. I always feel weird talking myself up. So I was like, yeah, I don't know if I want to put, it is hugely successful, but I don't want to write that myself and put it in there. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, so that's the news here. So I'm the Director of Research and Training now. What does that mean? Well, I'll tell you that it means that I have a lot more responsibilities now. I have, what do I have to do? I have executive responsibilities. So I am in charge of overseeing all of Bellingcat's research and training activities, which is a lot of what we do. We mostly do research and training. So I'm going to be working with our researchers and our trainers also to make sure that they have everything that they need to continue to do the fantastic work that they have been doing all of this time. I'm really fortunate to have such a great team at Bellingcat, and really particularly lucky that Eric helped to set up such a solid foundation for both researching and training at Bellingcat, and so I'm going to be building off of that. I will say also,
So that's
let me mention
Bellingcat,
this.
thank you very much.
Diabetes Tuesday, thank you so much for following. Jay Neva says you're going to be busy. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's today's Wednesday. I've been crazy busy the last 3 days. Harmonia says congratulations to Eric and Eric. Thank you very much, Harmonia. And AJB says congrats, Giancarlo. Thank you very much, AJB. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So what does it mean? I'm overseeing research and training. Also, what it means is that I can tell you that community features heavily in Bellingcat's vision for where it wants to go over the next couple of years. I would say that community has always been a part of Bellingcat. Bellingcat grew out of communities online of people who were hanging out in the Guardian message blog, comment section back in the day, and then people were hanging out around Elliot and the Brown Moses blog. People were hanging out in the Something Awful forums, following Elliot's threads there. Twitter was a huge community space for us up until relatively recently. Now Discord, I hope, is becoming a community space for Bellingcat and for open source researchers more generally. So that sort of engagement with you, even here on Twitch and YouTube, everybody in the chat is part of the Bellingcat community. These are the kinds of spaces that we want to foster and we want to grow and engage with and nurture. And that's what I'm looking forward to the most, to helping Bellingcat do that, to helping us create online spaces where we can bring in people from all walks of life who are interested in open source research and want to learn about it and are enthusiastic about it. And I want to say to you, welcome to these spaces. I can't wait to get to know you and work with you. The one and only MC says, I am part of the community. Yes, yes, you are. The one and only MC, you are part of the community. I don't know what to say. You are. There you go. You should be, I don't know, proud, I guess. It's a cool community. I'm really happy with it. I really love this aspect of the job. Okay, enough rambling from me about that. Let me ramble about other stuff for now. Let me get a sip of water here. By the way, if you have any questions at any moment during the stream, go ahead and ask them in the chat, and I'll do my best to answer them. I should say that I have to leave a little bit early today. I have to leave in about an hour. I have to leave at 5:45 Amsterdam time, and the reason for that is that I have to put, I'm going to be transparent with you. I have to put something in the oven exactly at 5:45 so that it is ready exactly at 6 p.m. And so I need to do that. Now, why does it have to go in at exactly at 5:45? And why does it have to come out exactly at 6? Why can't you wait until 6 p.m., which is the normal time to end the stream, Giancarlo, and then have this thing ready at 6:15? That I can't go into. That's personal. I'm just going to ask you to trust me on that. It just has to be in this thing that I'm putting in the oven needs to go in at 5:45, and it has to come out at 6. So I apologize. I also want to keep private what it is that I'm cooking. I'll tell you one of the ingredients. It's sweet potato. One of the ingredients is sweet potato. And then there's other ingredients, but that's the one I'm comfortable sharing. And so I have to leave a little bit early, so I hope you forgive me. Let's get going. It's not frozen pizza. I did have one yesterday, and it was very good. I had the whole thing. I had a margarita frozen pizza. I hadn't had a frozen pizza in forever, and I enjoyed it so much, Jane, that I said I'm gonna do that again tomorrow. So I had it yesterday, and today I've decided that tomorrow for dinner I'll also have an entire frozen pizza. Michael Colborn, hello, Michael. Michael says, I am making frozen pizza. Great, thanks, Michael. Okay, let's talk about some recent research that we published. So over the last week, we've published a couple of articles. One of them is called Geolocating Russia's Disgraced General Surovikin. I don't know how to pronounce that properly. I'm sorry. This is from our colleague, Michael Sheldon. Michael Sheldon, if you don't know him, is a researcher for Bellingcat. He has a background in open source research and verification on the conflict in the Donbass. Prior to joining Bellingcat, Michael worked at DFR Lab. Michael does a lot of work with satellite imagery and with conflict. And so he has written this article that came out on September 6th. Hello, Jess Ramgar. Good to see you. Thank you for coming. And this has to do with this general, this Russian general who disappeared for a while. This is, what's his full name? His full name is Sergei Surovikin, and supposedly his wife. So this picture showed up on Telegram, and this guy had been missing for a while, sort of missing quotation marks. It says here, last October, he was placed in charge of Russia's forces invading Ukraine, but then was replaced in January. He was then appointed commander of Russian aerospace forces, but was removed from that role months later. And so there's some doubts about his loyalty to the Kremlin. This is a figure who's sort of been shuffled around different positions in the Russian military. Some people are questioning whether or not he's loyal to Putin or maybe not. So lots of questions about this really, arguably very influential military figure in Russia. He'd been off the radar for a while, shows up in these pictures, and Michael was part of a group of people online who geolocated it. So Michael was talking about working with the community, in this particular case on Twitter, geolocating the image. So if you click through the article here, you see Michael doing what he does really well, which is what I do, copy image address, which is, looking at every detail in a picture and then saying, hey, there's like this white kind of thing here. I don't know, it's like a piece of wood, I guess. There's like this yellow thing up here and these bars over here, right? And then going and finding that exact configuration of items, I think on Google Maps, Yandex Images for this restaurant in Moscow. So Michael talked to us internally about this research, and he said that he had a really good experience working with people on Twitter to sort of verify and, bounce ideas off of them and come to this conclusion that General Surovikin was, in fact, in this restaurant outside of Moscow. So Michael says here, this geolocation was another case study in the strengths of crowdsourcing in open source research and geolocation. The contributions by those mentioned in the article, along with other formerly known as Twitter, users such as Eric Auerbach cut down the time the geolocation would have taken if it was just one person attempting to nail down the precise location. If you could summarize what Bellingcat is and what Bellingcat is excited to help people do, it's this. It's bring people together, have them dedicate their time and efforts to a common goal to find out something new about our world, about something that's taking place in it. And so, again, if you are into Russia stuff, if you have wondered where this guy has been over the last couple of months, Michael Sheldon has you covered with this article that was published again on September 6th, just a couple days ago. That's one article. We got two more here. And again, if you have any questions about anything that I'm saying, just go ahead and type them in the chat. I will try my best to answer them. This one here is really interesting and fun. It's from Dennis Kovtun. Shout out to Dennis. I worked with Dennis very closely over the summer. I met Dennis originally in Ottawa, in my native Canada. I met him last year, and he became a summer fellow at Bellingcat. So he worked with us over a couple of months over the summer as a journalism student, completing his degree. And he is super sharp, super bright, really eager, has a really good sense for stories, really passionate about open source research. And so he had this idea for testing this website, which is called AI or Not. Where is it? Yeah, there's this website. I'm going to put a link to this. It's called AI or Not. And this website helps you to check if an image was generated by an AI tool like Midjourney, for example, or if it was generated by a human. And so Dennis wanted to see how well this tool works. So what he did was he found, I can't remember how many it was, 200 images. So he got 200 images. Half of them were taken by human beings, and then the other half were generated by AI platforms. And he fed these images to this tool to get a sense for how accurate it really is at determining whether an image is real or if it was created by AI.
So that's Bellingcat, and thank you very much.
Leon Backer, thank you for backing Bellingcat by following the channel. I appreciate it. And so let's see here. Before we kind of spend time on this. Yeah, sorry, I don't have the... Anyways, if you read the article, let me put it in the chat here. He sort of breaks down what the... I don't know. I don't remember, Charlie, if you know what the actual kind of breakdown of the... Like what the success rate was for the tool. Oh, here we go. Overall, AI or Not correctly detected all 100 Midjourney generated images it was originally given. Huh. That's cool. The tool also maintained a high detection rate for real images, although it also produced false positives. Charlie says, I think that what was really cool about Dennis's piece was that he also thought about obstacles with open source research like compression, watermarks, right? It wasn't so successful for compressed images. Yeah, so there's a whole section of that on here. Thank you, Charlie, for that. Yeah, so there's like a watermark here that the image, that the tool was able to detect. And so, summary of the article, AI or Not appeared to work impressively well when given high-quality large AI images to analyze. Its performance seemed to be unaffected by watermarks. However, the positive results with real images are tempered by a comparatively unimpressive performance with compressed AI images. So if you have a full-size image, uncompressed, you got a good success rate. If you compress it a little bit, suddenly it doesn't really know what it's looking at. And so really useful, right? Because everyone's thinking about AI right now and how to detect it. If you're a journalist or a researcher who works on disinformation, you want to know, how do I counter AI images? And maybe AI or Not is a tool that you may now consider to using because of the work that Dennis did. Tomcat asks, did he try DAL-E? I don't think he did. But That's a project. That's a weekend project for somebody here watching. You might go, hey, that's interesting. I want to know if DALL-E can trick AI or not. Maybe it can, maybe it cannot. Right? AJBAJ says, relevant article from Washington Post on unreliable testing of student papers by another AI tester. Yeah. I remember, thanks for sharing that. I don't have the, what do you call it? The paywall thing. But I used Turnitin before because when I started working at Bellingcat, I was a teaching assistant at the University of Toronto. Shout out to the Center for Criminology and Sociolegal Studies at the University of Toronto. I was a research assistant there and a teaching assistant. So I assisted professors in teaching some courses there. And that usually meant grading essays. And so one of the tools that some of the courses used, I'm thinking now, this is probably 2015, 16, 17, used to see if a paper was AI generated or not, was Turnitin. But back then we weren't worried about AI. Back then we were worried about students copying each other. And from what I remember, Turnitin was pretty good at like finding sections of papers that were identical in two different papers. So if you had two students in a class who like copied each other's work, it would really show that. Apparently it's not that good at detecting AI homework. The one and only MC says, OpenAI said clearly a few days ago, AI text detectors do not work. Yeah, currently. Thanks for that. Erodes says, I'm getting flashbacks of being in university and having my paper screened with Turnitin. Yeah. The thing you got to remember, if you're a university student and you're writing an essay, well, first of all, don't cheat. You're only cheating yourself. All right? You're paying money. You're spending your time to learn stuff. If you're going to cheat, the teaching assistant doesn't care. The professor doesn't care. You're the one who should care. So don't cheat. Put in the work, right? If you need help, go ask for help. Professors, teaching assistants, colleagues, right? Fellow students, they'll help you out. But what you got to remember is that a teaching assistant like me, they're reading like 30 essays back to back. So they have a really good sense of what an essay for that class, for that group of students, for that cohort kind of looks like. So if you submit something that's from an AI program, or if you pay somebody to write your essay from a professional service, that stands out so easily. It stands out like it's highlighted yellow. You might as well highlight yourself with a yellow highlighter, all of the sections that you copied for somebody. It just stands out so easily. Because the researcher, the teaching assistant is just reading essays as fast as they can, as many as they can. So that kind of stuff sticks out like a sore thumb. Academic integrity. Yeah, that's a thing, Tomcat. Totally. Okay. So there we go. That's Dennis. Shout out to Dennis for this article. Dennis, really brilliant young man. Pleasure to work with. I wish him all the best as he moves on from his Bellingcat Summer Fellowship. Okay, the other article I want to talk about is another one here. We've got 3 this week. My goodness, it's been busy for us here. The third article is titled, and it's a debut article from a colleague who, this is their first article. Let's click on it. It's called How to Calculate, no, that's not right. It's called Measuring Up, How to Calculate the Size of Objects in Open Source Material. And this is from George Katz. Hello, George. George is a wonderful person, like all of my Bellingcat colleagues. Really, really, really smart. Absolute pleasure to work with him. George sat down and he said, hey, a lot of people want to know if you have a picture and there's an object in the picture and you want to know the size of that object, how do you do that? That's a tricky one. And so what George did was he wrote this massive treatise on how to do that. And he talked about perspective, what that means in photography, how that impacts images, right? I'm going to show you a video in a minute that talks about perspective in this way. And he talks about how to overcome perspective with object reference. So he breaks down what does that mean. He gives you step-by-step tools on how to measure the distance between two spots using, for example, Google Earth Pro. Now, what's really fun here is that George, so here's how smart George is. So George knows that Google Earth Pro has a ruler function, right? So you open up Google Earth Pro, there's a little option, you can get a ruler, and you can draw a point between 2 points, and it will tell you the distance. And George wanted to know, well, how accurate is that? So he went out and he measured these tiles in London using Google Earth Pro, and I gave him a distance. And then he went there, like he walked over and he went to that exactly that same tile. I love this. He went to that exact same tile and he measured it with a measuring tape, and it was basically the same distance, right? I mean, there's some error here with the resolution, and you're dealing with like pixel perfect measurements. But the measurement on Google Earth Pro was 99 centimeters, and the actual measurement that he got was 1 meter. So, Erudis says, I imagine what people around him must have thought. Yeah. So I think this is the first time we've done something like this, because usually at Bellingcat, we're used to working at our computers and just like, not going outside. But so that's why I love this, because George was like, let me actually like venture out into the sun and see if I can get some data. And he did. This is maybe one of the first examples of Bellingcat field work is this. George is setting a new trend here. So anyways, he then talked about using this method to measure the distance of objects, the height of objects on images, right? It's a very technical article, as you can see. That's why I've linked it in the chat there. You can read it at your own pace. And then for the second part of it, he talked about measuring the height of objects based on their shadows, which is another super useful skill. This comes up all the time when you're doing geolocations, or if you're trying to do chronolocation on an image. It's just a really, really, really useful skill to have. And I told George that this is the kind of article that we'll be referencing for like years and years to come, because he really put in a lot of effort and a lot of work here. Are these images really blurry? Is that just me? They're blurry, right? Hey, Tim, good to see you. Thank you for coming. All right, let me talk to the editors about this, because this looks really blurry. There you go. So this is from George. What does it say here? George is very modest, and so he's only got this little introduction here. It just says he works here, but he's great. He's a great guy. Jake Godin is here. Hello, Jake. I'm gonna have to Google what that means. But if it's coming from you, I know it's positive and reassuring and supportive. So thank you, friend. Good to see you. Okay, so that's the third article there. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna Google it now. No, that's the last one I have here. Okay, so I have a note here from Charlie so Charlie said, hey, it'd be fun to talk about this issue with a perspective. Okay, so this is important. If you are doing a geolocation, you are probably gonna wanna know, you may want to know, it's important to know how far apart objects are in relation to one another, right? So you're trying to get a sense of space in the video or in the image that you have, so that you can conduct the geolocation using satellite imagery. And sorry, my dog is walking in here. I'm just gonna make sure that she's fine. My dog has some minor health issues, and so I just want to make sure she's okay. She's looking good. I think she's just kind of bored, so she came in here. And so there's a really cool YouTube video that you can check Yeah, she has like a chronic conditions that are under control, but you know, we always got to keep an eye on her. So there's some YouTube videos that you can check out that will show you this sort of thing where perspective that you got to keep in mind when you're doing geolocation. So let me look it up here. Let me see if I can get the example. What's the search? This is the one. So whenever you're doing a geolocation, you want to be careful with this idea of perspective, right? Because if you know anything about photography, the focal length of the lens that you're using can change the perspective of the image. And so things that are really far away may actually be apparently very close in the image. Or something that's really close may seem to be really far away, depending again on the camera. So there's this cool video I'm going to put in the chat here so you can see this principle demonstrated. And here we go. Timothy says, I find that to be one of the most difficult things doing geolocations. Yeah. So let me go to the point here. Yeah. So, okay. So hang on. Let me mute this music here. So, hang on.
Let's now quickly dash through some popular focal lengths.
That's what I was trying to avoid, blasting you with the sound. But anyways, so this set of images that you're going to look at, they were all taken from the same position. So the camera is not moving. The camera is static. All that's changing is the focal length. So the lens of the camera. And look what a big difference that makes.
Next is 21mm and 24mm. 24 is still considered an ultra-wide-angle lens. 28mm and 35mm are wide-angle lenses. Next is a 50mm lens, which is usually very affordable. Almost all manufacturers have a 50mm 1.8 prime lens. More info on that soon. Lenses in this focal length range are so-called normal lenses because the images tend to represent the human eye best. Then we have 70mm. This focal length is very popular in high-quality zoom lenses like the 24 to 70mm or 70 to 200mm. The next one is 85mm. From here upwards, lenses are called telephoto lenses. 85mm and the following 135mm are very popular portrait lenses. Stay tuned in our next video.
Okay, so look at this, right? So the camera is not moving. The camera is in exactly the same position, but the lens is changing. And so if you're geolocating something that happened here in the foreground, you might go, okay, well, whatever happened far away from this building in the background. But if you're looking at a camera like this, and then, you know, there's something happening here, and then that's in the background, it seems like it's way closer. So, you know, this is just something to keep in mind. Objects in the image may be closer than they appear. That's a little warning you get on your side view mirrors on your car or motorcycle. Same principle applies here. Timothy says, I do a lot of guesstimating on photos. I think I could guess the distance of the grass park, but the distance to the church I would find really difficult. Yeah. Oh, you mean this church back here? Yeah. It's so tough, right? Yeah, I mean, it's not, you go, this church is really far away, but then if you go here, it's not that far away. It's kind of really close, right? So that's something to keep in mind when you're doing geolocation. So to bring it back to George's article, he talks about that here, perspective, right? You got to keep perspective in mind, that kind of thing. All right. There you go. So, yeah. Any questions about that? Congratulations again to George on this article. And that's it. That's the 3 articles that have been published on Bellingcat. I'll tell you. Here's why you should turn into the stream, because you get all of the hottest gossip. You find out about what we're doing first before anybody else. Well, actually, I don't know this, so maybe I shouldn't say it. I don't know if this is true. I think we've got something coming up soon, and I'm looking at Michael Colborn. Question mark. There may be a publication soon on something. Okay, Michael says yes. Okay. So everybody hit refresh, go to bellingcat.com and start hitting F5 all through the evening, because there's a new article coming up, and that's all I'll say, because Charlie's telling me to quiet down, so she's right. I've said too much already. I've said too much. We're going to have to edit this section out of the video before we put it up on our YouTube channel. New article coming up in a little bit, and also that formal announcement that I mentioned about me becoming the Director of Research and Training. That's what I'm going to send to my parents, because they're excited about this. Subtle Knife says, I had to find the button. I think that was the first one. Oh, yeah. So thank you so much for banning the bot, Subtle Knife, and Erides for flagging it. Okay. Oh, here's the last thing I want to talk about, and then we'll do some Geoguessr. We discovered. Jan Ainali says, do we have to press F5? You don't have an RSS feed. I think it's funner to press F5 because that's a tactile, it's a tactile experience. It's an interaction with an object in the real world. I mean, you could have an RSS feed, that's fine. I'm not judging. I love the sort of, the tactile experience of being a human being. And, there's a whole thing out there. There's a whole community of people who are super into keyboards, right? And there's like different pressure levels for keys. And there is such a thing as keys that are too quiet or keys that are too loud. I bought a keyboard one time. So I like the loud ones. I bought a keyboard one time, and my wife said return it because it's way too loud. I'd be like typing in one room and she could hear it in the other room. And it was a mechanical keyboard. Yeah. Sunner LP says it's a rabbit hole. Yeah, it totally is. I got into it during COVID, and she was like, please, it's like being in a torture chamber here. I just hear clicking in my sleep now. So I had to return it, but I got another one that is it's not a I think it's a hybrid one. It's not a mechanical one, it's a hybrid. Yeah, so the color switches on mine I think are red, but I'll have to double check. This is what it sounds like. This is what it sounds like when I type. What do we think about that? I think that's pretty good. That's a happy medium because it feels good. It's got a nice sort of tactile feel to them, and also they're loud enough that I feel like I'm getting work done. So I see a lot of people congratulating me there. Wicker, me mom says, "Oh yeah, that's good." Good one, says Leon. Thank you very much. I'm very proud of my keyboard. I remember one time I think I teased Fuka Postma, one of the researchers here at Bellingcat. Again, just a brilliant mind. He was in a documentary one time. I think he was in a Vice documentary. Let me look it up here really quick. And there was like a shot of his keyboard. I've done a couple of like media appearances where people come to my apartment and they film me doing, and everybody always wants the shot of the typing fingers, right? It's like part of the menu. It's like, can you get 20 seconds of you typing? No problem. So they did that to Fuka, but his keyboard was really dirty. I think I teased him about it. Let me see. I don't know if I'll find it.
Eventually,
I think it was this one. I mean, watch the video because it's about this investigation that Fuka did on animal trade in Dubai. So maybe do that. Maybe watch the video, learn about this really important research that Fuka did, and then I think there was a shot of the keyboard here that I thought could be clean. So anyways, oh, here we go. Why do I remember this? Not judging. I love Fuka. I admire him. He's a personal role model. I wish I had his brain. I said that many times, but I remember saying, Fuka, you gotta clean your keyboard. It's just a little bit dusty for my liking. But watch the video. It's fantastic. Let's put it this way: that keyboard has been involved in some groundbreaking research by Fuka, including this one. So do watch the video. Fuka is a fantastic researcher, and this article in particular, when he's tracing essentially an animal rental service in Dubai, was just really incredible. He's, again, personally a role model for me. I wish I could be as good as he is a researcher. Okay. Let's move on from the keyboard talk, because I do love keyboards, and I'm sweating looking at the chat because I want to reply to all the keyboard comments, but we are running out of time. Hey, you know what? If you want to talk keyboards, and you want to DM me about keyboards, you could just join our Discord server. We have a section in there, a section. It's called Chit Chat. You want to ask people about what kind of keyboards they have, if they prefer mechanical or otherwise, red switches or otherwise, you can do so in our Discord server, which is packed full of really wonderful people, friendly people who will talk to you about anything to do with open source research. And I think keyboards are a part of open source research. Okay, let's move on to this other article here. So this is from an individual named his name is Scott Eggyman. He's at Fatman on this website, I guess. And he wrote this really cool article on a geolocation that he did. So he says, how I accepted an OSINT geolocation challenge and won. So this is an article. This is from him, Scott. He's a cybersecurity enthusiast, technical writer, and a security student, and lockpicker, sometimes lockpicker. And so he walks through this challenge, which was geolocating this image. And he talks about how he did it. And part of its description involves using the Bellingcat OpenStreetMap search tool. And if you don't know what that is, here you go. I'm going to put it in the chat. What's with the... Here we go. This tool was created by another colleague at Bellingcat, Logan Williams. And Logan made this really cool tool that I'll take a look at with you in a second. And he wrote about it in this article that you can see here. And you can read all about the tool. You can watch a video that Charlie made with Logan. This is Logan right here. He's talking about how the tool works. If you want to watch the video, it's right here. That's Logan. Logan's explaining how it works. And basically what the tool does is that... Oh, I have to sign in. Can I sign in? No. Let's just look at the screenshots here. What you can do with the tool is you can park your camera over a part of the world. So you should have some idea of where you're looking. So you could say, maybe this picture, you could say, this looks like the Netherlands. There's like a canal here. I don't know. Maybe this is the Netherlands somewhere. So you take the camera, you take the tool, you park your camera over the Netherlands, and then you tell the tool, I want you to give me all of the places in this section of the world that have these elements combined. And so those elements were a bridge, a building that is more than 10 stories high, a canal, and a road. So Scott here looked at this and he said, there's a tall building here, there is a canal, there's a bridge, and there's a road. So he told the tool, hey, just show me all of the places in the Netherlands that have a combination of those two things. And you can tell it how far away you want them to be. So you can say within 100 meters, I want a bridge, a building that's more than 10 stories, a waterway, and a road. And the tool returned a bunch of hits. Where are they? Here. They show up like this. And then all you do is you click through them. And then you check the image and you look at and you say, is it the same spot or not? And in this case, one of the results was the spot. And this is it here. So before, what you had to do was, like, by hand, figure out, okay, I need a map of, like, every bridge in the Netherlands and every canal. So there's like a million of each. And then go from, like, it would take 6 months. But with this tool, it gives you, I don't know, like 50 results, and you just click through them. This might take like 10 minutes as opposed to 10 weeks. I see Wicker Me Mom saying, oh, wow. Sarah saying that Logan helped her with a geolocation using the tool. It was amazing. Timothy says, Logan's tool is brilliant. He had an almost one-on-one training for me with it. It looks fantastic. It is. So if you don't know about this tool and you geolocate as part of your job or as a hobby, you really got to use it. And it's free because that's how we roll at Bellingcat. How do I not have an account for this? Good question, John. Hey, you know what? Today is the first day of the rest of your life. You're going to look back at this day and go, there was me before Logan's OpenStreetMap tool, and there was me after. And today is that line. Today is that separation. All you need is a Google account, I think, to log in. There you go. So, Jan says, I'm literally a 15-minute bike ride from that bridge. There you go. Yeah, Sarah says, I had been manually searching for tens of hours before the tool came out. Yeah. And John says, I was writing Overpass Turbo queries by hand. Yeah, Overpass Turbo, if you don't know what it is, it's a tool. It's really complicated. You have to like take a university class on how to structure searches on it. And I never in my life got it to work. I just don't have the patience for it. So no longer. Logan's tool will help you. So there you go. That's the last thing I wanted to talk to you about. So I think what we can do now is let's play Geoguessr. Let's do maximum 2 rounds of Geoguessr. Oh my gosh, my green screen is collapsing. I'm going to take a 1 second break to pet my dog because she's sitting here looking kind of sad and sorry. Yeah, she wants my attention, so yeah, it's fine. She can hold on for another 20 minutes. The Paper Rose. Hello, The Paper Rose. The Paper Rose says, I need more hours in a day to learn all of the cool tools that Bellingcat has introduced me to. Yes, and guess what? They keep coming. They keep coming. There's no stop to the Bellingcat tool train. Okay, let's say a round of Geoguessr. I may end a little bit early because my dog is, I just, you know what, when a dog looks up to you and they look at you with those eyes and they're basically like psychically communicating to you. If you have a pet, you know what I mean? You can just look at an animal and you can hear their voice in your head. She's giving me the, please, why are you ignoring me? What have I done to you? I thought you liked me eyes. Charlie says mine has been doing that all day. I can't, I feel like I'm causing her pain by being here. Maybe I am because dogs are so wonderful, right? So let's do one round. Let's do one round of Geoguessr and then I'll go play with my dog. Okay. Let's do Geoguessr. So the way this works is that I will create a game and you can join it by clicking on this link. And while you're joining, I'm gonna give you maybe a minute or two. I'll do a couple commercials. So, first of all, join our Discord server. It is a place that is packed full of interesting, wonderful people. I have lots of friends there. I just love hanging out in the Discord server. Let's pull it up really quickly here. Let me make sure I'm not showing anything I'm not supposed to be showing on the Discord, because we have many secret mod channels. So here we go. So if you want a Blue Sky invite code, hey, we've got a whole section dedicated just to those. There's a far-right monitoring channel where lots of researchers are sharing information about the far-right. We have a Ukraine channel where people are talking about what's happening in Ukraine. We have a Latin America channel, everything. So join our Discord server. It is a cool place where cool things happen, including stage talks. What is a stage talk? A stage talk is a presentation that we invite someone to do. And this Thursday, that is tomorrow, at 6 p.m. Amsterdam time, there is Bellingcat Tech Fellow named Sophie Tedling, who is going to be doing a presentation on how to use PeakVisor for geolocation. So don't miss it. We do those twice a month. Also, you can check us out on Patreon. Patreon.com is a website where you can donate to all of your favorite causes. One of those causes is Bellingcat. You can subscribe to Bellingcat at any of these 3 tier levels. If you subscribe to this one, which is the most popular one, you get access to Bellingcat Premium, which is a podcast that we do every month. One of our editors sits down with a researcher at Bellingcat and they talk about something that's sort of behind the scenes. And you get that every month. And you also get the satisfaction of knowing that you're helping us do our job. So that's another commercial there. All of our social media channels, and we have lots of new ones thanks to Charlie's hard work and dedication, are here in Linktree. We've got the Discord servers here. We've got Twitter, YouTube, the Twitch channel, Facebook, Blue Sky, Mastodon. We also have an Instagram page. We could link that in the chat there. I think it's just Bellingcat. Is it Instagram.com/Bellingcat? I can't remember. But anyways, we're on Instagram as well. And what else should I do as a commercial? I think that's it. Okay, let's do one round because my dog is looking really, really sad. So welcome everybody who is here. Thank you very much, Charlie, for linking to the Instagram page. Couple ground rules: just don't cheat, okay? Don't Google the answer. If you see like a phone number or the name of a store, don't Google it and then find out where it is. You can move around, you can spin around, you can zoom in and out, but don't cheat, please. And also, we play with 1 minute rounds. 1 minute rounds. Somebody says I don't have the link. Captain Bob. Captain Zobzob. There we go. Thank you, Eurydice. Is Captain Zobzob in? I can't see your names. Is this Captain Zobzob? I can't see. Maybe this is Captain Zobzob. Okay. All right. Good luck, everybody. Did I adjust the time? I think I did. Yeah, 1 minute. Thank you, Eurydice. Excellent. Okay, let's get going. Good luck, everybody. We have a rural location. Got some signs over here. Parada. Almacén de provisiones. Confites, helados, bebidas, frutas, verduras. Abarrotes. Couple words here I don't, so that's Spanish. Couple words here I don't recognize. Is it on fire? Is this burning? There's a fire here, right? Huh, all right. Boy, okay, so, have a guess. I don't know. Oh, God. Okay, I guess Chile because so a couple things. I didn't recognize a couple of those words, like abarrotes. I have no idea. I speak native Spanish. Spanish is my native language. Never heard the word abarrotes before. Confites, I think I've heard, but It didn't seem like a... I don't know. I didn't clock it. So I thought Chile, because Chile, the Provisiones was misspelled. I didn't notice that. But Chile, famously in Latin America, Chile, the Chilean accent and the Chilean Spanish is like way out there. It's very different from all the other ones. So I thought maybe Chile. And also it looked almost like Scandinavia somehow. And that, the fact that it looks so different from what I know kind of places in Latin America to look like, it made me think it was probably Chile. So I got it right. Congrats to Michael, who guessed in the middle of a lake, but was really close. In fact, the closest. So congratulations, Michael. Tom L came in second. Thomas B came in third. I came in fourth. Lord Char in fifth. So really good start for lots of folks. Congratulations, everybody. Let's go to round number 2. See what happens here. We've got another rural spot. This looks like the Pacific Northwest. Getting some X-Files vibes. That camera sign, I don't think I've seen those in like Canada, so we got some signs here. Oh, here we go. Okay. No idea. I don't know. Okay, yeah. I thought Finland or Estonia. I went Estonia because I was trying to be... Every time I've thought Finland, it's been Estonia. So I thought, surely now it's Estonia. It wasn't. It was Finland. But not bad. Same sort of region. You know. Jake says I saw a .fi domain on a billboard. Yeah, I missed it. I went the other way, maybe. Boy, I came in 11th place, huh? We got T Panda in 10th. Let's go from the top. OJP, Tom L, Jake came in 3rd place. Good job, Jake. Captain Zob in 4th, and Step. Hello, Step. Always good to see you. In 5th place, the standings look like this. We've got Tom L in 1st place, Michael in 2nd, Thomas B in 3rd, OJP in 4th. I'm in 5th. I want to try to hang on to the top 5 spot here. Ideally, I want to end on the podium. Good luck, everybody. Oh. Yes. Yes. I saw domain. Saw domain. So I got the country. Don't recognize language, but I don't need to because I saw the domain. See if we can get a sign or something that says, welcome to this place. Those are always good. Feel like I'm not going to get that. But hey, we've got a couple seconds here. No. All right. Well, as I always say, you want to get the right spot, and then if not, you want to get like the country ideally, and if you don't get the country, you want to get the continent. I think I got the country at least. There we go. It was Hungary because there was a sign that had .hu as a domain. And so I guessed it looks like a city, kind of looks like a city, so I'm guessing Budapest. And what do you know? I got it pretty close. Came in 2nd. Harmonia got it super close. Congrats, Harmonia. I got it in 2nd there. The sign that said Zeged was bait. I don't know what that means. Language is pretty recognizable too, says Sunner LP. I'm really bad with some languages. Hungarian's one that I don't. You know, if I sat down, you could sit down and like kind of get to know the alphabet, and there's like the Geoguessr meta is like, Hungarian is the only alphabet that has like this letter or something. I don't know. I've never taken the time to do that. That's why I'm not good at this. But hey, I was pretty good this time. because I came in second, and I'm still in 5th place. There's a fight for first happening here between Tom and Michael. Michael is now in 1st place. Tom is in 2nd. Thomas B is in 3rd. OJP is in 4th. And then I am in 5th place still. Let's go to round number 4. Michael says, I'm convinced that Hungarian is an elaborate prank on me personally. No one speaks it. Yeah, maybe. Oh boy. This is where I lose. This is where I lose my top 5. I see a language there, but I don't know. Ooh, okay. Ooh, this is a tricky one. Well, okay, here's a flag. This is the name of the place, I guess. Maybe. There we go. Of course, you should go capital, right? So Lisbon. Lisbon is beautiful. I love Lisbon. Portugal is tricky sometimes because sometimes you get like the Azores and they're far away from the mainland. So I kind of went middle of the country. No, it was Lisbon. Congrats to T Panda for getting it really close. Eridus also got it super close. Subtle Knife got it really close as well. 4th, Natasha. I came in 5th. Michael Coburn guessed Brazil, apparently. I mean, not the worst guess because of the Portuguese, but I saw the sign. I saw the flag, the Portuguese flag. Okay, so going into the final round, we've got, look at this, Tom L in 1st place, and me in 2nd place. I like that. We've got Thomas B in 3rd, OJP in 4th place, and Jake Godin in 5th. So let's see what happens in the last round. Let's see if I can come up and take first from Tom L. Tom L. Tom L. Watch out, Tom L. I am coming for you in this round. No. There we go. Good luck. Oh, God. I need to at least sound confident. Oh, yes. I know where this is. I know exactly where this is. Oh, yes. This is that place with the Ducat sign. Yes. Yes, yes. Very confident here. This is the place that has the store called Lonia. Yes. No. Oh, God. Oh, yeah, wait. Okay. Oh, man. Okay. Oof. Let's see. I was way lost. I had no idea where that was until I saw the coat of arms, and it reminded me of the Croatian flag. So I thought Croatia, and then Croatia has like a really strangely shaped country, right? It looks like a, yeah, it's got like, I don't know. Anyways, I picked over here out of panic, but it's actually down here. And Captain Zob, good job, and Tom L, really good job as well. Because you got it really close. Jurassic got it close. Subtle Knife got it close. Jake got it really close also, and I came in 6th. So I don't know if I made it to the first spot, but let's see now. By clicking finishing game. Tom L, congratulations. You won with a really good 22,000 points. That may be a, like certainly a top 5 all time, I think, finish for Geoguessr. So really good job there, Tom L. I came in second place, about 1,000 points behind. Captain Zob came in third. Congratulations. Also, that Jake Godin came in fourth place. Jurassic, hello Jurassic, fifth place. OOJP in sixth. Michael in seventh place. Jurassic says this is my record. Huh? Yeah, good job there, Jurassic. Yeah, that's really good. Step came in 8th, Eredis in 9th, T-Panda in 10th, and then everyone else here. Congratulations, everybody. Eredis is saying, I'm noticing that in general, levels are improving. Yeah, every time I play, I feel like it's a little bit sweatier. I certainly get sweaty playing. Good job, everyone. And hey, if you didn't finish in the top 10 or whatever, it doesn't matter. It's all fun and games. I hope you got a chance to, I don't know, play and interact with us here, learn a little bit something about Geoguessr, and hopefully next time you play, you'll be a little bit wiser, a little bit quicker on that click, and maybe we'll see you in the top 3 one day. So let me end here because my dog has now left the room, but they're sitting across from the apartment and they're looking at me still. So they've left the room, but they're still giving me a chance to make it up to them because they're staring me down from across the room. So I need to go to them and put this thing in the oven so that it's ready for 6 p.m. So let's go back to bellingcat.com and say that it's been a real pleasure hanging out with you today. CyberWhat says, congratulations again. Thank you very much. I am looking forward to continuing the streams as much as I can into the future. I'm not going to lie to you. I am way busier now than I ever have been. The last 3 days have been just like a lot of work. And so I hope that that won't interrupt the streams too much. I anticipate that I'll have to not do as many of them maybe. Depending on what I'm doing, obviously, in my new position. But I do want to continue to do them, so I hope that I see you again during the next stream, which should be next week. So let's plan for the stream next week at the same time. And until that day, take care of yourselves and take care of each other. I'll see you in the Discord server. If you're not in there, get in there and have a great week.